We're watching something truly dangerous unfold, and it's happening right out in the open. Senator Mark Kelly has doubled down again, telling U.S. service members they should decide for themselves whether an order from the President of the United States or the Secretary of War is legal. He's doing it on national television without hesitation, without caution, and without understanding what he's actually saying. And that's not even the worst part. Kelly is now pushing a misleading narrative about a supposed second strike in the Caribbean, even though he wasn't in the chain of command, he wasn't in the briefing, and he wasn't on the ground, and he has no idea what he's talking about. This is another fake news narrative that the left is pushing. He keeps talking and talking and talking, and every time he opens his mouth, he widens the gap between lawful authority and political grandstanding. What happens when politicians encourage troops to second-guess orders in real time, guys? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments, but do you think a senator should ever tell service members to judge orders on the fly? This is where tonight's story begins. So my name's Tom, I'm with the Daily Beltway, and I'm also a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed. We're a growing channel. Every like, comment, and subscription helps us reach more people who want the real news without the games. So Senator Mark Kelly went on Meet the Press this morning and repeated word for word the same message he's been pushing for weeks, that troops can refuse orders based on their own split-second judgment. That's not including the 50 attorneys that it goes through before it even reaches them. He even tried to lean on his old service record to justify it, while ignoring the actual law service members must follow. Watch.
You can certainly go to the judge, advocate generals, the lawyers, and have a discussion about it. If you don't have time, you just say simply, I'm not going to do that. That's against the law.
It puts a lot of burden on the troops to make a decision in real time.
It puts a tremendous amount of burden on officers in the military, but that is their responsibility, and they can figure out, a reasonable person can tell something that is legal and something that is illegal.
That is disrupting the entire chain of command and putting everybody around them at risk.
So would you refuse these specific orders to strike drug boats if you were still in uniform?
Well, the difference between the initial strike and what is being reported, as a second strike, and those things are different. I think this administration has tied themselves in knots, the explanations that we have received on how this is all legal. And I was saying weeks ago, my concern is with the service members, that we're gonna put these individuals in a really, really tough decision, in a tough place. And they may find out, down the road that they did something that is illegal. It is not fair to them. That's why we need presidents and Secretary of Defense who understand the Constitution and understand the rule of law and have more respect for the Constitution and the country and service members than the whims of a president.
He sat there and he threatened the military members saying, hey, listen, one day we're going to hold you guys